On this episode of OMG Craft, we are going to be headed to the end, and I'm going to show you all of my tips and tricks on how to survive in the end. Some great ways to find end cities, some good tips just to know while you are hanging out in the end. So let's jump into it. So here we are inside of Minecraft, and we're in the end. And in this video, we're going to assume that you have already defeated the dragon. So, you know, if you haven't done that yet, go ahead and do that. And that you already have at least one portal to the outer islands of the end. These end gateway portals, normally what you're supposed to do is take a ender pearl and toss it through one of these portals. But geez, holy moly, that scared me so bad. But get out of here. Oh my gosh. But the first tip, and this is one I've talked about before, is to make a trap door so that you can force yourself into a crawl and go through the portal without needing to throw an ender pearl in the sky in just a general direction. That is never fun. So that is the first step. Now let's cover what I feel like you need to bring with you on your adventure. If you have not found elytra yet, make sure that you bring enough paper and gunpowder in order to make firework rockets. Remember that you make 3 firework rockets. So for just one of the gunpowder paper input. That means that these 2 stacks of paper and gunpowder, or 1 stack each, I should say, will end up making 3 stacks. So really it is 2 to 3 ratio here when it comes to the amount of items to the output of items. You can store this in your ender chest if you wanted to. One thing that I obviously, oh my god, I can't say it enough, is bring an ender chest. And also, when you bring an ender chest, make sure that your pick has silk touch on it. That will allow you to store a lot of your valuable items. So some of these items I'm going to get to, I'll just keep them in my ender chest until I need them. And then I'll use my pick to open up my ender chest and then pick up my ender chest and move on. So an ender chest is super awesome. Also, in the horrible case that you get locked in the nether, in the end, and you cannot find a end portal to get yourself out, you can always jump into the void and put all of your items into the ender chest before you do that, so that you have them when you respawn in the overworld. Okay, so we've covered the gunpowder and the ender chest. Now, why do I have this anvil and these books here? Well, I have a mending book and an unbreaking book and an anvil, so that the first time that I find some elytra, I can add a mending and unbreaking enchantment, and then I'll also have the rockets to go along with it, so that my elytra are perfect and I can start using them immediately to really start moving around the end effectively. Next is ender pearls. Ender pearls are useful not just because you can get through the portals over there, but also when you're moving from island to island, putting down blocks is a big pain in the butt. So you don't want to be putting down blocks all the time. You want to be ender pearling from one location to another. Now, I have this water bucket, oak fence, and trident in here. Water bucket is good because endermen do not like water, and if you happen to start getting like overpowered by endermen, you can always toss down a water bucket and then they will not be able to reach you. So water bucket is nice. Actually, let's not put it in the ender chest. Let's keep it with us. And the trident and the oak post, the post I'm going to get to in just a moment. Finally, inside of my things that you have to bring with you is a lot of food and a lot of blocks, and also some wood in order to make crafting tables and chests and that sort of stuff. So once you have all those things, and also I would say it's just like a ton of blocks. There's almost, especially if you don't have elytra yet, there's almost not a small, there's not too many blocks that you could be taking. You could fill the rest of your inventory with blocks, and it's probably not enough blocks for you. So bring those blocks, bring all that stuff, and start heading into the nether. Now, what we are looking for in the beginning would be an end city, because come on, let's be honest. We want a pair of elytra if we don't already have a pair of elytra. So my tip is to search in an east and west direction. That way you can run into a end city. There's sort of an urban legend that end cities spawn more often on a north-south trajectory, let's say. And you may be thinking to yourself, but you just said east-west. Why are we headed east-west if they spawn more on the north and south? Well, because imagine that this is north over here, and that is, you know, south over there, north over there. I think I just looked at Enderman. No, I didn't. And so let's say that this line indicates where the end cities are spawning. If we're headed north and south, we're going to be going through a trough without any end cities on either side. But if we're headed east and west, eventually we're going to run into a line of end cities. We're eventually going to run into them. And then once you find your first end city, then you can head north or south. So let's check our bearing. Right now we're facing east. That is correct. So we can head on this direction and find our first end city. Of course, there are always tips about how you should wear pumpkins in the end to stop these Endermen from hitting you and attacking you. Yeah, that can work, but I find pumpkins to be way too annoying. So my tip is actually to just forget about the pumpkins entirely and just keep your eyes peeled on the ground, because you do have to look at Endermen for a little while for them to get too angry at you. So always try to keep your crosshairs pointed at the ground whenever you start moving in a direction. Eventually, you're going to come to a situation similar to this one where there's really no great way to go. This is the east-south direction, or sorry, east-west direction that I was headed, and I cannot reach the other side. Sure, I could put down a ton of blocks and you know, make my way over there with a bridge, and throwing an ender pearl does not get me far enough. Well, we've come to a pretty awesome point where we're going to talk about what this trident and this oak fence is used for. So this trident has Riptide 3 on it. So this is a more difficult sort of situation to find yourself in, because let's be honest, tridents, they're hard to find. And then on top of that, to put Riptide on it just for this little trick, that's asking quite a lot. But let me show you the trick, because it's pretty cool. So if we use our water bucket, and unfortunately there's no way to get this water bucket back once we use this, so try to be quick on your feet and snatch up that water bucket once you've done it. But we are going to use the Riptide effect to launch ourselves forward. And if this Enderman would just kind of get out of the way. Enderman, we're trying to look right where you are, so move. Thank you. There you go. Okie dokie. So we are going to look right in that direction, pull back our trident, and then throw it forward. And we'll be using the Riptide effect to sort of fly forward. So if I do this back here in the pool and I go up, woohoo, you can see that I fly straight up into the air. Now, this pole right in our way, that is going to stop us from going over into the void. And what we're going to try to do, and this is a little bit twitchy and a little bit difficult to do, is we're going to try to throw an ender pearl at the same moment that we're moving forward in order to launch our ender pearl really, really far, okay? It's a little bit dangerous, because if you get your angle wrong, your ender pearl may hit the side of an island, but that's always a risk. And if you throw it a little bit incorrectly, like maybe you have a situation where you could hit something midway, but not all the way, I wouldn't suggest it. You kind of want this to be so far away that you won't accidentally toss an ender pearl into anything, because you can get your timing off a little bit. So here we go. We are fully prepared. I'm going to let go of this, switch to the ender pearl, and then throw it. And it's nice to kind of have your finger on the key, because the moment that you switch over to it, you will throw that ender pearl, or you can use your scroll wheel as well in order to pull it off. And let me make sure I'm on, yeah, 6. 6 is where we are. So I'm going to put this right back down, pull it off, and bam! And you can see the ender pearl went flying away from us. And now I hit on the other side. You can see how far away I was. I think that is our, yeah, that is our little pole way over there. And you know what? I wasn't fast enough. I didn't grab my water. I didn't grab it, so now I'm out of water. I can't do this again. But we were able to ender pearl an awful long way away from our starting position. I really want my water back. Okay, I teleported myself back to try this again, and also to show, you know, sometimes it doesn't work every single time, so... Ooh, yeah, that didn't work at all. Enderman, are you mad at me? Okay, no, you're fine. Let's eat some food. I wasn't trying to get that one wrong, but it ended up not working, so... Wow! Oh, see, that did not go far enough. You can tell by the ender pearl. It's just, that did not work. Okay. There we go. That one worked. Got it. Okay, and we're on the other side with my water this time. Wait, I forgot the pole. The pole's still over there. Okay, don't worry. We brought some wood, so we can just craft another fence and keep going. We're totally fine. Out of all the equipment I brought, I forgot to bring my axe, so we're breaking that with our hand here. So we've come to another impasse. I don't think that I can reach this, so we're gonna do the exact same thing. You know, I really like this tip. I'm pretty positive that this is on Hermitcraft that people do this all the time, but not 100% positive. So we're gonna just try it again. Hiya! Yep, that one worked. Grab our water and hope that we don't die. Okay, so if it doesn't work, there's two things that could be going on. First is that the ender pearl didn't hit anything. So it went there, maybe on the other side of this island, there isn't anything, and it overshot the island and it fell into the void. The other thing that could happen if it doesn't go anywhere is that the chunks just are not loaded. So the ender pearl flew into a chunk that hasn't loaded yet, and therefore the ender pearl is just kind of floating in midair, not going anywhere. And if that is the case, if the case is that it flew into a chunk that it's not loaded, you should just try to get as close as you can over there and hopefully it'll load. Or you should start bridging over there, and eventually you will load the chunk and you'll teleport over there. I'm gonna switch into creative. I'm telling you, this is a risky situation. I'm gonna switch into creative and go over there and see. Yeah, it looks like I may have overshot. Yeah, it looks like I may have overshot the island and didn't go anywhere, because even if you switch to creative mode and all that stuff, it would re-teleport me somewhere, and yeah, it didn't do anything. So it looks like I just missed the island. So we're gonna try this again and see if this time I'm gonna like aim over here. Oh wait, I don't have my ender pearls in my hotbar. Here we go. We're gonna try this one more time. Whoops. That didn't work. Hiya! There we go. Okay, let's pick up the water. Oh, I didn't pick up my water fast enough. Okie dokie. Well, a little bit of a tip may be that you should keep 2 water buckets in your ender chest. That way, if you do what I just did, then you can put down an infinite water source and get the water back, and so you can always have a bucket of water. This is, I will say, once again, a very, very risky move to do, because you really don't know where you're going to go, and there is still a chance that you hit the edge of an island instead of the top of an island, and then you're falling into the void from there. So take it at your own risk. Once you have found an in city, unfortunately this one does not have it doesn't have a little boat, so it's no good to us. Oh, well, there we go. Oh, hello. Hello, second in-city, super close by, that has the pair of elytra that we need. Good to see it. I was going to say, once you have found the in-city, that even if it doesn't have the boat, then you can head north and south. And by the way, this is north and south, so it did. I don't know if it's an urban legend or not, but this one generated north-south pretty effectively. So I don't know. I don't know if this is just happenstance or if it actually worked, but it feels like it actually worked. Okie dokie. So what I always like to do for the elytra is I just don't mess around. Okay, I just go up to the top. It's just pillaring straight up. Don't mess with any shulkers. Just go straight for that elytra, because once you have the elytra, so many things are open to you, and it is just so nice. Did I not have enough? Okay, well I didn't bring enough things, so we're gonna ender pearl the last little bit of the way. Look dead up. Well, we have a second chance. Dang it! We didn't have a second chance! I need to get more blocks. For those who are curious, my second chance was to throw the second ender pearl faster than the first one hit the ground. And while I would be teleported to the ground from the first ender pearl, the second ender pearl, when it landed, would teleport me as well. So that was my second chance, was to re-aim and refire that elytra. I wasn't fast enough though, and so I was teleported to the ground where I cannot quite reach. I wonder though if I can teleport to the very top of this pillar if I'm just perfect. No, wow, I'm not doing super great on the ender pearls here. It's kind of embarrassing. Oh, and this one's just went way off. Oh, wow. If you get hit by the shulkers, it really doesn't matter, because now we're here, baby. Your little shulker powers, they don't scare me. I'm glad that you hit me. Thank you. You got me over here to the sweet, sweet elytra. If you're worried, always just ender pearl inside, and then you'll be good to go. Also, snatch these health potions. Nice. So for us to make sure that we don't get too hurt. Get out of here. Give me my elytra, and also this sweet, sweet loot. Unbreaking 3 smite. Yeah, don't mind. Ooh, gross. No, thank you. I'll just leave you here. Ooh, diamonds. Yeah, I don't mind if I do. Looting 3, sharpness 4, sweeping edge 3. Holy moly, that is a good. That is protection 3, unbreaking 3, depth strider 3, mending. Wow. Okay. Beetroot seeds. Oh my. Okay, I'm just kidding about the beetroot seeds. Who cares about beetroot seeds? Where are you? All right, now that we are alone, thanks for leaving us alone, silly shulkers. Now we are going to do what we mentioned before, which is to take our anvil, slap it down, put our elytra on it, and add the mending and the unbreaking. Remember that they have different enchantment costs. So it looks like for me, aim for the mending first, and then the unbreaking second. I only have 1 level on. Dang it. Okay, let's kill some of these shulkers here to get some levels. Get out of here. Thank you. I'm trying to smack you. There you go. No, don't do that. Yes, give me your levels and also your shulker shells. Yes, yes, more levels. Yes. Don't forget the dragon head here. Gotta have it. Gotta take it. Snatched. Okay, so now that we've been hit by a... Oh, you know what? Let's just go ahead and add that because I'm all out of ender pearls. Now that we've been hit by one of these shulkers... Oh, good. We got hit by another. I'm going to use that as an advantage to go and scope out where I can actually snipe them from. So that's all good. There's one shulker thing attacking me. Go away. Go away. And I killed that guy. I think that's it. Okay, well, before we leave, we're going to grab our stuff that we set down. We're going to get some more levels and then add that mending and unbreaking onto our elytra. The other thing is to grab the gunpowder at this point, and we can also put away some of these like non-valuable things or valuable things depending on how you look at it. We're going to use our paper and our gunpowder to make all of the fireworks. Flight duration 1 is actually what I prefer, so we'll throw the extra ones in there, and then we can activate our elytra. Ooh, nice. Very nice. And hit the ground and look forward. Did that guy drop a shulker shell? He may not have, because I hit him with the bow instead of my sword. My sword has looting 3 on it, but my bow is just a bow. No fun. So we're going to go and kill some more shulkers. What I tend to do is really just go after the ones that I know about and not to spend too much time at in cities. It's really easy to get caught up in looking through every part of the in city. And now that you have elytra, going from one place to another and trying to get those in cities is going to be so much easier, because now you can fly from in city to in city and just get all that elytra. Now, worst case is that you have you're on a server and that you cannot just fly around, and then you may want to spend some more time. That's up to you. But if you're on a single player, I just say just go around in cities and get as many shulkers as you can easily find, and then just move on. I think I needed 4 levels in order to go on. Also, we can make a little area to kill some endermen. I'm running out of ender pearls, so I'm just going to make a little trough here. Endermen are 3 high, and I am 2 high, so I can fit into a little area that is 2 high. and Enderman can't reach me. Hi, Enderman. How are you doing? Look at me. I'm looking at you, and come and try to attack me now underneath my little hidey hole. And we can kill them for levels and for ender pearls. Hooray. Got 3 ender pearls. I now have all 4 levels that I need. Go ahead and take this elytra off, swap it on there. Mending, I'm breaking 3. That'll mean that we are not going to break these elytra nearly as fast. And also, they should not like fully break. Elytras just don't fully break, which is nice. They don't disappear when they fully break, but that is going to be the best, basically the best chance that we can put on elytra. And also, while I'm in this situation and I have some time, I can put down my crafting table because I now have 2 shulker shells, and I can make up some chests and turn those into shulker boxes, which is going to make my life so much easier. I keep grabbing stuff I don't mean to grab. Whoop, there we go. Shulker box on the ground, and now we can put all sorts of stuff in it that, oh well, we need that if we're gonna, you know, use that stuff later. But there you go. This is a really, I think all there really is to know about being inside of the end. Don't forget your axe, because I keep forgetting my axe, and I feel like I should just leave this behind because I don't want to spend the time to pick it up. Now that I have the elytra, you can easily jump and leave. And let's make sure we're facing in the correct direction. North, south. We're facing south. That's plenty good here. And go on your merry way. When it comes to flying in the end, what I like to do is basically fly slowly. I would rather go slowly and have the world generate just enough. And also, I want to conserve my rockets, so a lot of times I'll dip down and fly up and try to sort of coast a little bit more than normal. The world will start to generate a lot slower because, oh God, see, I'm telling you, this north-south thing, there's something to it. Because now we have a whole nother the thing right here. This is amazing. It hasn't been gotten before. Let's get the skull first. Oh my gosh. And now you got a second pair of elytra. With this next pair of elytra, the thing you do with it, throw it in your inner chest as fast as possible so that if you die in the end, a lot of times I will keep my F3 up so that I know what coordinates I die. When you die in the end, there's a kind of a nice thing that not a lot of other people are in the end, not a lot of things are in the end, and you're probably not near the end. So that 5-minute countdown timer basically stops because the game will unload the end, and that gives you basically a lot of time. If you know exactly where your body is, then you have like tons of time to get back to your stuff. The worst part would be knowing generally where your body is, but not knowing exactly where it's at. That may take up too much time because you'd be running around just looking for stuff. But knowing exactly where it is, you basically have 5 minutes, even if you spend tons and tons of time in the overworld, because your body will be unloaded in the end, and that timer will not count down. So that is really nice. So a lot of times I'll just, even though it's ugly, I'll just play with F3 up the whole time. That way if I die, I know exactly where my body is, because you will still be able to see your coordinates whenever you die on that death screen. There you have it. Those are all my tips and tricks about surviving in the end. I hope that you found this video useful. Make sure that you give this video a big old thumbs up if you did. Also subscribe for future videos, tips, tricks, tutorials, and spotlights here on OMG Craft. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!